this feeling of they're omnipresent and we're small. And it's about weaponizing them so they can send the drones out. Well, we covered the article yesterday that was adopted as policy. That's the issue. This colonel wrote up this full spectrum dominance in the homeland 2016. And it's a perspective, and it was adopted into an overall plan by the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dempsey. And they say, we're preparing for war with the Tea Party, and it actually says the Tea Party will link up with al-Qaeda. And, I mean, Business Insider and others have the headlines of firestorm after Colonel's report prepares for Tea Party insurgency. That's not the firestorm. It says al-Qaeda is going to infiltrate into the U.S. from Mexico and link up with the Tea Party. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, the Tea Party is the most Islamophobic group. It's unbelievable how dumb they think. But I told you, they're going to blow stuff up and claim patriots work with al-Qaeda. I told you that a long time ago. I know these people. I eat, drink, and sleep it. I'm inside their mind. Moses in Colorado, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex.
Yes, sir.
I'm convinced that our InfoWars remain vocal, watchful. They're not going to be able to do black ops around me because I'm going to pimp them out. I'll bust them and I'll blow the whistle on them. So
that's one of our biggest hopes, is just like Kurt Haskell, and they know it. That's why they're really freaked out. They've said it. Our people are everywhere, terrorist, globalist. We know who you are. We're watching. We're going to catch you. Just like Kurt Haskell caught you putting the drugged out underwear bomber on the plane.
I mean, I've been too near to death from these people to be bothered by them. I'm going to, expose them.
Isn't it a good feeling to not be afraid?
Sure. I'm mad. I'm beyond any kind of fear. So.
Well, it's not fun if they get you and torture you and stuff, but you know what? It doesn't matter. You're still a good guy. They're a bad guy. It's a spiritual decision, and once you make that decision, you're beyond them.
We've got the Lord's angels that we can call on. They're probably protecting us half the time anyway.
Oh, they are protecting us all the time, and if we get struck down, it's for the greater good. That's why I don't pray to God and ask God for this, ask God for that. I just say, please make me not be weak and help me be a strong vessel against the enemy. We'll be right back. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Alex Jones, and you have found it. The tip of the spear of liberty, driving right into the guts of the globalist. We'll be right back. Stay with us. All right, let's go back to your calls. We got a special report coming up after the break. A week in the making, and I'll break it down before we go to it here in the next segment. Then back to your calls and Dr. Steve Pieczenik, Webster Tarpley, Kurt Haskell today. Well, I'm excited about the reporters we're hiring right now. Getting them down here, it's going to be awesome. Let's go ahead and talk to Blue in Tennessee. Blue, you're on the air.
Hey, Alex. There's a story that's out there that's not getting any traction, and it has to do with the Manhattan Project here in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. There were 3 protesters that actually went through 3 fences, cut through 3 fences, and got to the interior fence, went actually to the uranium depository, were able to post banners and spread blood.
Ma'am, your phone is breaking up. I'm going to let you go, but I believe you're talking about protesters that got into a uranium processing plant, so they shut the whole thing down for today and had a big security alert. So try to call us back with a better line. Angel in Texas, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. I'm in a very strange predicament. I live in El Paso, Texas, right on the border, and I'm actually experiencing police state, like up front. I'm actually seeing military inside police cars, and I can actually send you pictures of this. I'm actually seeing drones and helicopters and all kinds of crazy stuff here. One of the questions
now, you're down by Fort Bliss, aren't you?
Yes.
That's Joint Task Force. That's Joint Task Force 6. What's going on is that's actually where they train them, and then they exfiltrate back into police departments all over the country and get the police through peer pressure to engage in the illegal activity of military in kind of, they're not plain clothes, but they're just solid blue or black generic police uniforms. and they use them to kill citizens, what they call high-risk warrant service, mainly gun shop owners, gun owners, veterans. And I've confirmed from the sources, but we've also seen it in the news, but it's buried in the back of the paper, where they bring in military, not just at Waco, but all over, not just Ruby Ridge. It's standard to go in and kill U.S. citizens. It's totally illegal, but so is and mainly they're killing veterans, so they use military to kill military. And also rural folks that won't turn their land over. And then, of course, they use drones on people with their cattle and stuff in North Dakota. But tell us what's happening in your area.
Well, see, in my area right now, all I can see for sure is that military are just fully clothed inside police cars, and they're literally driving around in them. I see huge... police aren't even driving in normal police cars anymore. They're driving in these huge they're marked as police cars, but they're huge, and they look like the Homeland Security kind of trucks.
No, they have giant black trucks that are the new Homeland Security trucks going in nationwide. Yes, the police will roll around in giant tanks because the foreign banks took over. These are collaborators. Most of them don't know it. And they are training the military, not just the MPs now, but general military in police work, before they deploy Brigade Homeland to every city, every major city. A city the size of Austin will have 4,000 troops in it. A city the size of Dallas will have about 12,000. A place like New York will have about 50,000 troops in it, and we're to be fully occupied by the foreign New World Order Army. And they expect a lot of military, once the gun confiscation begins, to rebel. So there'll simultaneously be purges in the military of active duty, but then the hunting down of veterans they have files on for extermination.
Right, and I'm a veteran, and I live here, and I'm a gun owner. But here's the thing I'm really worried about. When I was in the military, I guess I was ignorant and young, and we were training to do a lot of different things, and I really didn't think about it when I was in the military. I didn't think or question my own motives or the motives of others or anything.
No, but they know you're going to question later. So most tyrannies do this. They have the new military kill the old military because they're afraid of seasoned soldiers that wake up. So it's basically decommissioning. Hey, look, if the New World Order, they're already killing you through the water and food. Just when they come to kill you, thank them for decommissioning you.
I also wanted to
I tell you what, I'll go back to you after I play this special report. It's only 12 minutes long. I'll come back to you after the report and other callers. And, of course, I'm being sarcastic. But, yes, you notice now, they say the new Al-Qaeda is the military. I told you that was coming. Homeland Security is here to destroy America. It works for the foreign banks. We'll be right back.
Talk to them every day.
We are back, my friends.
What do you mean I don't support your system? I go to court when I have to.
The system that we're going under is not an American system. It is an alien, globalist, criminal takeover, and our enemies in publications, in elite publications meant for themselves that are public, though, arrogantly admit they run Al-Qaeda, arrogantly admit they want to end the family, arrogantly admit they're creating a top-down economy where global offshore banks are above the law and exempt from taxes, and where they will levy taxes on us so great that they can absolutely engineer our society in a hellish direction. We have had the Rothschilds pretty much in control since 1815 of global affairs. They merged with the Saxe-Coburg-Gothas at that time, the British royalty that's really Transylvanian royalty. The media calls them German royalty, but their precursor is Transylvanian. You can't make this stuff up. You can look that up, by the way, if you think I'm joking. And they have learned to develop a system of full-spectrum dominance where they fund all the sides of a conflict, sometimes more than two sides. They fund and create a Hitler, that's been in congressional records, to then wreck Europe so they can offer the solution to go take over Europe after it's destroyed with the Marshall Plan, the OECD takeover, the Organization of Cooperative Development, which they admit is at the heart of the euro today. This is a global corporate system that is to be exempt from law, outside of law, with global diplomatic immunity. And so to illustrate this, we have produced a very important piece that we're going to premiere right here on the radio. If you're a Prisonplanet.tv viewer, you can watch it, and boy, is it powerful with the graphics that Aaron Dykes has put together. And then in the next hour, we will post it at Infowars.com for everyone. So start your engines, InfoWarriors. Get this out to everybody. We are titling this video Full Spectrum Evil. Full spectrum evil. You're facing full spectrum evil. They create Al-Qaeda, use Al-Qaeda against Russia, the Serbs, moderate Muslim countries. They use Al-Qaeda against the United States, or Al-Qaeda takes the blame for globalist attacks as a pretext to take our liberties. It is a key set piece. They move around the board to wherever they want to invade. And they think you're so stupid, they can tell you Al-Qaeda are heroes. Go look at the Council on Foreign Relations latest report they put out last Friday, where they praise CFR.org, Foreign Affairs. They praise Al-Qaeda. That's how dumb they think you are. And now they're flipping the script to domestic terrorist and creating this fear that there are white terrorists. They're now saying on the news. The last year, you saw the Homeland Security training videos where all the terrorists are white, blowing up shopping malls, movie theaters, sports stadiums. And then it starts. Then it begins. And then the people are all government run. Air Force top psychiatrist, multiple shooters, witnesses say. Army psyops. Connected. The witnesses see 4 shooters. The head of the Sikh temple sees men casing the joint. I mean, white supremacist groups, more than half of them are feds. The members, it's come out. They're run in almost every case by the feds. What do? You just kill one of your operatives. After your operatives shoot people, they infiltrate, then they bug out, and then you put it on the news. Very simple. This is how a black op is run. And so the globalists are now dropping the hammer on us with these false flags. And this is the summer of false flags that will lead into the fall and the winter of huge wars if they get away with this. We are in grave danger. So to understand this, we premiere here on the syndicated radio transmission Full Spectrum Evil, where you create the enemy as the decoy combat simulant so you can invade and take over the opium. Or you have the combat decoy simulant threaten your nation so that you can take the liberties of your country while posing as the saviors when you're nothing but a banker occupying force. Here it is. Full spectrum evil, the secret of the New World Order takeover program. Alex Jones here to cover a topic, an issue that is one of the most important I've ever discussed. This information is very closely held by governments and elite corporations. They do not want you understanding this. Now, many of you that are already aware of this, it'll seem simple, but large swaths of the global population have no idea